After they harp Oh, fuck, I'm just testing this shit because I'm stupid. So we'll get it started here in a second. But shit is not completely working. I'm just going to tell you folks to never get stupid because none of this is working right now. And I don't know why. This is crazy. I just had this working and now it's not. And I don't know why it's not. All right, sick. Did we get it? Yo, I fucking think we're ready to roll. I have it all ready to go. This is a fake intro. I have one last thing to add, and I think we'll be able to fucking get this rolling. They'd be like, set live, set live. And I still can't get this shit to fucking work. All right, we're almost there. I'm pretty sure I almost got it. All right, we've got some shit today because what we're trying to figure out is why do people fall for these psyops of shitty conspiracies, shitty ideas, and just all around shitty things. All right, fuck it. Fuck it, we'll do it live. We'll do it live. Come on, we'll do it live. All right, give me one sec. Let me get this paused, I think. No, I gotta get something else paused. Fuck it. Oh, this deathly silence is scary. I hate it. All right, fuck it. Let's start with first. First, I have to tell you about tinfoil and tan lines. Come on. So I don't know who they are. I don't know how they popped up on my feed. I would never ever in my motherfucking life personally believe or find these conspiracies and all the conspiracies they have on their channel believable. They're silly. They're low IQ for sure. And it's just like one of those things where what's the point? What's the point? If we're allowed to just make up stuff allowed to just take what one or two people say at face value, then everything's possible and there's no conspiracies because it's all true. And I'm going to show you why you shouldn't think like that and why these two people do not understand how to like process what a conspiracy is when it comes to big government, corporations, all that kind of stuff. We're going to have fun though. We're going to have fun. It might come off a little sexist, and I'm sorry for that, but like I promise, it's these women, they're fun. They're fun. You know they're a good time. You know they're a good time. So we'll get this started in one seg. I just have to do a couple things, or not do a couple things, but figure something out real quick, and we'll get fucking rolling again. I know it's crazy while I do this, and it's ridiculous. I should have had this all set up prior, but I don't. Because just to let you know, if you don't know, I'm an idiot personally. So if that is not if that's not for you, you probably shouldn't be around. Because again, I am a giant idiot. And I hope you know that. I hope you know everything I say here is dumb. And don't take me serious because I'm not a serious person. I actually hate everything all the time. Um, I hate. No, I actually don't hate anything. I take that back. I take that back. I guess it's. I just. It's a good time for me. I like shit posting. I like trolling. Although I was having a conversation with my buddy Mr. Sif, and the art of trolling has done and disappeared. Now it's just people. Now it's just people running around being racist, saying the N word, blah blah blah. Um, so yeah, it's not very fun anymore. But we're gonna have some motherfucking fun with these tan lines or tan lines in tinfoil. I is the name. We're gonna start it up right now. I have everything ready to go, and I think we can start this. I will be starting this. I will be stopping and starting this a lot, because I already know this is going to be amazing. It's going to be so amazing, and I hope it is. I hope it is. But for now, here we go.
But
What
yeah,
do we know? What do we know
Well-
about crop circles?
well, we know that there are a lot of fake ones, but there's
Mhm.
also ones that are just kind of unexplainable.
Yep.
Their formation and
Yeah.
all that. So we can get into that because that was super fascinating.
Yeah, I agree. Because I don't think I realized how many pop up every year and how many have been around the world for tons. Like, I don't know. How far does it go back? Like, I think there's an account in like the 1600s. There was a news article about the mowing devil, I think they called it.
Oh, yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes, that's right.
So,
Okay. I have to stop right there, just because there's crop circles. Listen to what they say. There's crop circles, okay? But we know a lot of them aren't real. Okay, so which ones do we know that are true? Are we just deciding which ones are true? Um, in a news article from the 1600s, yeah, like I'm gonna believe a bunch of illiterate fuckers who can do whatever. But it gets into it. I don't want to spoil it yet.
I don't know. This could go back really far. And yes, some of them are hoaxes, like with anything, I feel like UFOs, for example. Do people really see UFOs?
You have to be critical of every word these people say. And the reason why I think you should be critical about the words they say is because it's easy to just be like, are some of them hoaxes? Yeah. Yeah, of course, some of them are hoaxes, but what about the ones that aren't? While she just said 10 seconds ago, so many are hoaxes. It- it- but then she just goes, some are hoaxes. I okay, I already know this is gonna be rough for me to get through.
Goes, yes. But can people also put together a hoax? Yes. Right? So it doesn't mean it's
Mhm.
not true, but it does make it hard to figure out, okay, what is and what isn't. And I feel like
Right.
there are definitely a lot of signs that show that there are some crop circles that are literally impossible for man to make,
Right.
especially within the time frame that they're
Right.
created.
Literally? What does she mean by literally hard to make, okay, by man? That that's not a thing you should say if you're a serious person. Literally, they're hard to make. Literally, they're not made by man. It literally, they're not made in the time that you can make them. How do you know this? Where's your data? Are these just beliefs? Are they thoughts? Because I'd be willing to give her the credit of like, oh, maybe I believe this if she comes with data, but she can't be like, "Ugh, literally, they're hard to make. Okay, like, okay, literally, you're not a serious person. Like, how much validity, how much should you like be believed if you can just say things and it's like, yeah, just trust me, bro. By the way, I wanted to say this as far as why I'm talking about this. This shit is fucking fun. I love this stuff. Like, this kind of stuff is a psyop. Like, this is what the Epstein class wants you to be involved in, right? Like, apparently these women are big on Rumble or Kick, one of the two. Not they just switched over to tinfoil and tan lines, and I know nothing about them. Zero, zero. I saw one clip of them that popped up on my algo, and I went, "Holy shit, this is amazing, but terrible at the same time." I wouldn't be surprised if I did some research and whomever they're connected to is connected to those people because you'll see, you'll see. Keep going.
Mhm.
Like for example, when someone makes a crop circle, I know there's one method where they have like a board and like two ropes,
We
and
can
they
thank
just
Dave and Doug for that.
Dave and Doug pole vaulting
G&D.
in and out using their boards and ropes, and they
Yeah.
go around and they just push down the
Yes.
the wheat or the whatever it is, and it's breaking
Okay.
the reeds, right? So they just break and they fall down.
Mhm.
However, in other crop circles, they are not broken.
Okay.
Not only that, they are woven together. So like the reeds are all woven, like braided together.
Mhm.
And then where they are bent, there's what they call it's like some type of node where heat bent the wheat.
Wild.
So and the only way you could
So
do that
wild.
supposedly is with radioactive like microwave technology.
Oh, okay. All right. Listen to what she just fucking said. Like, this is insane to me. All right. So I remember this way back when I was like in middle school. They did on Discovery Channel or whatever back when it was good. There was David and whomever, David and Doug, I think they said. There was like a special on how like crop circles were made, and it's these two old British dudes, and they're showing the people how they get, or they're showing this camera crew how they get in and out of the fields, how they knock the stuff down and then create crop circles. Now her contention is, yeah, but what about the ones that are braided and have like heat on them because they were bent? So we're going to go ahead and say the majority of crop circles in this one area was made by these guys and maybe a conglomerate of them and all of that kind of stuff. Cool. I'll take that. I'll believe that. But then just because some are braided or some you think she thinks, because like she, by the way, they present no evidence, right? So if they present no evidence, I'm not going to present evidence. I'm just going to give you like the logical answer. Um, Going back to it though, the fact that they don't provide evidence and then say, oh, well, some can be explained and accounted for. But what about these other ones that are braided? Not like 10 people can get into a crop, a crop of wheat and twist them and braid them, bend them. I don't know what the hell they're talking about, and I'm not gonna look it up because again, I bet you if I look it up, I'm gonna be disappointed because it's not gonna be actual, aliens. At least those kind.
Okay. I
So-
also saw too that like there were places where just like the top of the stalk was bent. So like not even bent all the
Oh.
way down to the bottom. So it was almost making it look like it was like 3D
guys.
because it
Wow.
was different depths.
The stalks were bent. You would think if you saw that, if you did this research and you saw that, you're not popping any fucking pictures on the screen. Come on. Oh, I love this shit. It's so amazing. It's so amazing.
Of bendage. Is that a word?
Bendage.
I don't know.
It is
But
today.
isn't that crazy?
That is crazy. I didn't know that. So
What's
yeah, like
up,
how would a
NB?
person do that? And then
Anybody, how would a person bend crops, right? Like bend crops at the top. Does anybody have an answer? Because it's slipping my mind and it's slipping their mind. I'm with these women actually. I'm almost convinced. Disregard everything I said. Let's get into it.
these things are popping up overnight.
Mhm.
So farmers will go to bed, being out in the wheat field all day, come, wake up in the morning and
By the way, if you know anything about farming, you are not in a wheat field all day. Are you kidding me? What do you think a farmer? You think a farmer goes and plants it finger like one by one nowadays? Like since the combustion, I'm sorry, since horses essentially, we've been able to like plant a lot of seeds at a time, or not even horses, any type of draft animal, pack animal, no draft animal, whatever they're called. But with tractors, oh my gosh, like imagine how many seeds you can plant with a tractor. That's insane. That's insane. She thinks farmers sit in the wheat field all day. Explain to me what these farmers do in the wheat field all damn day. Like, oh yeah, NB's right. Here, I'll rewind it, NB, but NB's right. You could have your slaves do it too. That's all right.
how would a person do that? And then these things are popping up overnight.
Mhm.
So farmers will go to bed, being out in the wheat field all day, come, wake up in the morning and there's this huge, like 2 football sides, like football fields
That's so
wide,
huge.
crop circles that just like pop up. Like you
All right. Again, 2 football fields wide. Are we doing 50? Like, what do you mean 2 football fields wide? 200 yards? Okay. It's only 600 feet. Right? Did I get that right? Probably. 600 feet is not that far. That's like most people probably walk to their mailbox 600 feet. So again, listen to how people present things. Trust the words they say.
would see an
Crazy.
operation of people out there working on something like that.
Especially that scale, like that
Yeah.
size and scale,
Yeah, they're
And
huge.
it's wild too. So they were saying that a lot of crop circles sometimes, like if they're true crop circles, after they're bent down, the plants actually start to stand back up. And like
Resilience?
they
Plants
kind
have
of just like
resilience?
fade away.
Oh,
Interesting.
No way.
Isn't that weird?
Well, I did
No.
hear, it reminded me that when after they harvest all of the crops,
Mhm.
there's like what they call, I think they call them ghost circles.
Yes.
And
Are you sure one football field is 360 feet? I thought it was 300 feet. You might want to double check that.
there's an imprint of the crop circle still left.
And they
Which
last
is
for years.
they-
All right.
It
Let's
lasts
go
for a
back.
long time.
Yeah. Mhm.
There's like what they call, I think they call them ghost circles.
Yes.
All right, hold on, NB, because I feel like it's not. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. End zones, you're correct. You are correct. All right. My bad. I forgot about the end zones. I was thinking just 100 yards, the length of the field, right? Because like once you break the goal line plane, right? Like, yeah. So correct.
And there's an imprint of the crop circle still left.
And they
which
last
is-
for years.
They last for a long time.
Yeah.
So like that's not just breaking and bending over crops. Like
Right.
there's something more going on. And then some investigators have found some sort of like metallic spheroids, like a
This is where we have to be careful when people say some investigators. Okay, name them. Tell us, where do we find this information? This is why I say this kind of stuff is a psyop. Uh because they come at you, they come at you with no facts. They come at you, they probably, we'll get to it, where they, I'm 100% sure their research is chat GPT.
Weird.
microscopic, like all over the area. And then
Like
people
magnets,
report
like magnet, maybe
yeah, like some sort of like magnetic fields.
Mhm.
And then people report that when they are walking through the crop circles, their hands start to turn red. They start to feel ill, like radiation poisoning.
Oh my gosh.
And the crops end up growing like 3 times the rate for the rest of, like, I don't know how long it is, versus everywhere else in the field.
That's amazing. That's amazing. People, when they walk through crop circles, they start to get like ill and rashes and their hands turn red and all of that kind of stuff. I, I'm not going to say it's this, and I'm probably 100% wrong because these women sound like they know what they're talking about. But pesticides, fertilizer makes them grow. Like we've known this kind of stuff for a while, right? So to automatically jump to not a hoax, my hands hurt and I'm turning red. Yeah, like obviously aliens, not pesticides and not a group of fucking a collective of pranksters. Not at all. Not at all.
That's weird.
And then a
Hmm.
man took that and did a study on why they were growing so fast, and he actually created a technology that is used today
Fertilizer.
to help crops grow faster.
Fertilizer.
Based off of crop circles.
What is the technology?
And what he found.
What
Okay,
is
so
it?
pause for a second. What else do we use radiation on?
All right,
Chemo
this is
patients?
amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it weird that when radiation's applied to plants that are like a living thing, it accelerates growth?
Ooh, like
Is
maybe
that
not in a good
weird?
way. Like maybe you don't want to eat those crops.
Where is she getting that? When you apply radiation to crops, they grow faster? Is she just making that up, or is she confusing that with GMO? Right? Like, because GMOs aren't necessarily bad. They breed plants to become resilient to like pesticides, right? Like, so that's a big thing. If you know anything about Roundup, Roundup is owned by Bayer. Bayer's a medicine company. Roundup has been sold for selling chemical, like Roundup had a chemical glyphosate, something like that, something glyphosate, or maybe it's just that like is cancer causing. Let's just say what it is. It causes cancer. And Bayer, the owner of Roundup, who's a pharmaceutical company, says, "Oh, glyphosate has no, it has nothing to do with it." Which, another crazy thing, you want to know the real conspiracies, is RFK Jr. as head of, what is he? Head of whatever. Fuck, not F. Whatever it doesn't matter. HHS, maybe, I don't know. He actually back in the day sued Roundup for patients who had cancer, who was like farmers and stuff, who got cancer that was caused by Roundup. And now, just recently, this administration, with RFK Jr. in it, approved the production of even more of this glyphosate. And by the way, if you don't know, it's oh yeah, lead in gasoline too, NB. Lead in gasoline is definitely the best way we do things nowadays. But they're doing more production of this cancer causing chemical, even like in RFK's, like over here, like Maha, let's make America healthy again, who literally did lawsuits to sue these companies producing that stuff and won. So we got to give him credit there. Obviously, he was factual, like his presentation was factual, but they're making more of it now. And on top of that, not only are they making more of it, the way they're doing forest defoliage to like clean up the forest so it doesn't cause tons of wildfires, which again, by the way, wildfires are natural. Fuck, holy shit, they're only exacerbated now because of climate change. We're not even going to go there, but the whole point is that they're using this cancer causing material now to on our in our national parks now, like to clear forests. So again, uh what a great conspiracy these two women have. We'll continue.
I don't know. Well, I'm just
Right?
saying, like, but is it doing the opposite in like people? I don't know. It's just weird. Like,
Or maybe it's
obviously
actually
the technology, or maybe the like dosage is different. I don't know.
or
Like,
maybe the type of radiation.
maybe.
Like I don't know if
Mm.
there's different types either,
I
but
don't
like
know.
we don't know if this is coming from like
These are the kind of people that fucking make me so angry. Don't speculate on that kind of stuff. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. That doesn't make any sense. Stop saying I don't know if you don't know. Or stop. Sorry, I fucked that one up. If you're saying I don't know, tell me why I should take you seriously. Because I can make a bunch of claims about all kinds of stuff. But if I'm like, well, I don't know, like that could be true. Why would you listen to me? Right? Like it might give you something to ponder over, but like they're talking about stuff that like you could literally figure out on your own and just like use a little bit of logic.
most people speculate aliens, if you will,
Yeah.
or some extraterrestrial being
Or the government.
But
Yeah.
I do think a lot of these are legit made with some sort of crazy technology that
Mhm.
most of us don't. It's not something we use as humans.
They're
Right.
not.
But
They're
if the
not
government
made like
has it,
that.
maybe they took something from alien UFOs and stuff like that and like using their technology to make these things.
Maybe.
You know,
Yeah.
I have no idea, but
Hmm.
there's a video, I think it was from 2001, and a man was
NB,
out looking over
going
his
I'm
field.
going hard on this one because these women are amazing. Go do a giant run. These women are amazing. I might get through one or two of these if I don't get too involved, but I'm just chilling right now because these are fun. These are fun.
And these orbs of light appeared, and they're floating around over his field, and you could see right below it, all of a sudden, the crop circle just forms within a matter of just a couple minutes, and they just fly off.
So wild.
Yeah.
That sounds like she's reading
Crop
a
circles are
book.
so weird. Like, it's so weird.
I just don't understand why we're not talking about them more. Because, like, I didn't
Yeah.
know
We don't talk
they were
about them because
popping
they're
up
not
every year we had
real.
more of them.
More and more.
More and more. I didn't
No.
know that.
Well, and they're getting more and more intricate, more and
No, they're
more like
not.
detailed. They're getting bigger. Like,
Yeah.
like the one to me that was like crazy was the one that was like pie. It was like done in pie, like
Yeah.
so many times around.
Mhm. They're like mathematically perfect, some of
Mhm.
them. And the pie, it just looks like a big circle with like 3 little dots around the edges and
Mhm.
kind of a swirl, but geometric looking. And like, I feel like for normal people like us, like we would look at it and
Yeah.
be like, oh, what's that random design? But a mathematician looked at it and he's like, oh no, that's pie.
It's wild. I mean,
Did you listen to how they speculated why crop circles are so amazing and so interesting? Is that pie, these circles are pie. They're three, like, I don't think they understand what pie is. What do they like? They're saying it's a perfect circle. That's what a fucking circle is. I was on board with them for the first 8.5 minutes. But as soon as you start speculating on known facts, oh, get out my lab. We don't take that in this lab. But anyways, yeah, the circles were pi because humans, by the way, if you guys don't know, humans don't know how to measure things at a large scale. They don't know how to take a rope and measure that rope to a certain distance and then do an outline of what they need to build. None of that, by the way. Humans have no um, future thought process, by the way. That's why we suck, apparently, because we can't create pie in a giant field. He's fucking cunt.
And the crazy thing too is like Dave and Doug, the famous rope and borders.
Mhm.
They tried to recreate crop circles that they were claiming they made, and they could not remake them. They were sloppy.
They're
Mhm.
They were
lying. They
not,
did.
you know,
They
the
did.
size was wrong. You know,
Mhm.
like, and they were using like a little wire on their hat. Like, yeah, if you look through the circle on the hat, it'll make a straight line.
Yeah,
We
because
should try that.
We should.
just,
We should.
You
There's enough
should.
fields
You
around
should.
here.
You should
yeah.
What do
try
they say?
it.
Well,
by
we should just see if
knee
it like
high
makes
by the 4th of July, we can
straight-
start going out in the field.
Yeah, try it.
Don't
See how
make us-
easy
we're just
it could be
trampling
with
your
enough
field.
people
That's
and
funny.
experience.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think with was it Dave and Doug, D&D,
D&D.
Dumb and Dumber. So
I mean,
Dumb and
their
Dumber, fucking
stories-
Bimbo
yeah,
and
their
hit
stories seem
fucking
pretty dumb.
double.
so if I
Like, what?
remember
So-
correctly, there was
You don't
crop
remember
circles that were
correctly.
happening in the area they lived,
Mhm.
and then a newspaper article came out and said, "Oh, it's just these 2 old
Mhm.
guys with a board and ropes going around making them, right?"
Mhm.
Okay.
But then, like you said, it was not
They
what
couldn't
it
remake
was
'em.
not like
How do
the
you-
other ones.
How do they
And
know what
when
is a
asked,
perfect
like, "Oh,
crop
how did you
circle?
not trample all like the wheat to go in and out and mess it up?" Like, "Oh, we pole vaulted in and out."
So they're misremembering, I believe, the episode they looked at. It wasn't necessarily a pole vault. I don't even want to say it was like stilts, but it was something weird like that. But there's also something they don't understand. If you actually look at crop circles, that when they actually take aerial photographies, you will see that the majority of these fields have like deadlines where shit is not planted so you can make it through the field. How funny is it that so many crop circles happen to just go through like deadlines? Like, there's no way in hell they just walked a path where there were no crop. Like, because again, photography, if you look at it from the air, you don't know that's perfect. They don't know that's perfect. If they had this evidence, they would know all of this stuff. Like, or they would show all of this stuff. But like, we're just gonna sit here and we're gonna fucking be outside of the laboratory, and we're just gonna speculate on things that we have answers for. There are way better conspiracies out there that you can speculate and get behind. But like crop circles, crop circles. Let's we'll touch the Nazca lines later.
And these guys are like old.
We should have looked up to see if they actually pole vaulted in high school,
school?
or college. I was curious.
I mean, I would
Because
give
you
it a
have
little
to
more
pole
validity,
vault
but like
when you're
still,
younger
like those
to-
guys were like
Yeah.
older.
yeah,
Like, I don't
Older
know. I can't
gentlemen.
picture them like
landing gracefully
and,
on no
and at
mat.
night. And at night,
And fields are not like they're not level.
they're not
They're
perfectly level.
No, they're like
And they never broke a
furrowed
leg or a hip.
or
They
a
just kept
knee.
pole vaulting in and out.
And in how they
Bizarre.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
No,
know.
I
They
just
weren't
think-
knee pads.
They were-
Like, I think maybe
Did they really?
I don't know. Maybe
Oh, okay.
you would think
Maybe they did. I don't know.
hockey gear.
Why would
Hockey
they
gear.
need knee
I
pads?
mean, when
Did
I
I
saw
miss
them
something?
making it, they were just like in normal jeans and boots, just
Hmm.
tromping along
tromp.
someone's field. Like, why would you even do that? Like, that's just weird.
I don't know. I feel like there was a big smear campaign
Yep.
to discredit a lot of like true researchers, you know,
I agree.
and
When? Who are these researchers? When was this? What researchers are researching fucking crop circles? Please let us know. Let the audience know. Come on, we're trying to get behind you. Look at you, honeys. You're so fine. We want to listen to you. But we can't listen to you if you just say, I think, I believe. Didn't you hear?
basically they were like, crop circles aren't real. We have people coming forward admitting that they
To
were
be
making
fair, crop
them.
circles are
But in
real.
reality, like to really recreate some crop circles that I would say were real would be way harder. Like you said, they're weaved. They almost
This is how you know it's a psyop. This is exactly how you know it's a psyop, because they don't provide you any evidence, and they just say, hey, maybe you can't trust the media, maybe you can't trust the government, right? Like, because these people are being discredited. And then call back to earlier when the girl in the hat, the woman in the hat, had brought up that they were the crops were braided, and then the one not in the hat said, "Oh, really?" They were like, she was surprised to hear it. But oh, guess what? Now the ones that I think are real, like you said, the braided ones. Listen to these people. When you have conversations with people, you have to listen to how they say things. And that's the most important thing, because people's words actually give away what they're trying to say. I learned this in my L1.
Look like they flow kind of like in water, like patterns, like they kind of flow like in circular patterns within the circle. Like, and their circles are all perfect. So it's like, how do you get these teeny tiny circles? Like, you would have to have different lengths of board. They had one board. They literally, I mean, I only saw.
No, what you do is you have a string, and you pull the string out from the center of where you want to make the crop circle, and then you make the crop circle. If you're trying to tell me that, oh, it's circular, like, how long were their boards? Like, obviously they're not stepping on a 500-foot board or 300-foot board. No, they take their time and go around each circle. That's how it works. Like, you don't have to, what you're working on, because in order to create a crop circle, you have to knock down crops. So if you're knocking down crops, you're not going to knock down already knocked down crops. So of course it looks fluid. Of course it looks circular. That's like, do you think they were stepping on it from the inside out? That's not how you draw. So, like, have you ever drawn a circle from the inside? No, you start on the outside. That's literally how a circle works. But like, all right, I'm not even being funny right now. I'm just about to be mean, and we'll keep going.
That they had one board. You would have to be getting smaller and smaller and smaller. Or I guess if you had a smaller board, but that would be way more work because you'd have to go over it many times to like get the circle bigger.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it just
it's just
seems kind of
weird.
humanly impossible, especially in the time frames.
Like, again, get the circle bigger. That's not how you make circles. You start from the outside. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my buddy, or I'm going to stick a stake in the ground, tie a string to it, and I know I'm going to put a piece, I'm going to already pre-measure all this rope, because I'm going to make a design. That's how that, oh, sorry, I just cracked my knuckles. Oh my gosh. Um that's how artists work. They don't just go and free, well, some do, but you don't normally just go and free ball a crop circle. You're going to have different types of measurements, most likely rope. You're going to put it in the center of whatever you're doing, and then you take the rope out to the distance you want, and you start from the outside and you knock it around. It's that simple. And we're 12 minutes in of a 37-minute video, and these people have demonstrated that they have no critical thinking skills whatsoever, right? Like, that's the most unfortunate part. And like, the worst part about it is that, like, you're trying to look good, but you sound so fucking stupid that how are we supposed to take you serious? I need to understand how we're supposed to take these people serious. Any of these people.
And at night too. And like
When it's
no one
dark.
saw lights out there, no one saw anything going on. Like, no.
He's like, my headlamp. That was an orb.
No, they were
What
sleeping. People
was this
sleep,
orb?
because the
Pole vaulting
farmers,
in and out.
the
That was the
farmers
orb.
are in the field all day.
That's really funny. I mean, and then they have to have like snacks and water, and like you said, maybe
Mhm.
different size boards. So are they pole vaulting all that on them?
Maybe
Why
they were
they
just eating like the
Snacks and
grains.
water? Why
like,
do
as
you
they
have
maybe
to-
they
went.
were
They're like, just little
little
snacks.
They don't think
It's just so I'm sorry. Like, I feel like that's story's so much harder to believe than the fact that there's something incredible.
Okay, this is gonna fucking make me insane. It's easier to like believe that a UFO built crop circles than it is because two dudes needed snacks. How did they eat? Oh my God. How did you, you know what? How did you go 4 to 6 hours without eating? That's impossible. I'm starting to believe these bitches eat a lot and they fucking throw it up after because that is the dumbest thing I've ever fucking heard. And I did tell you it would get a little sexist.
Incredible happening
Mhm.
with crop circles
Yeah.
because there's evidence of something really high tech going on when these things are made.
No, bitch, there's
And there
evidence
was
of just
one
crop
pilot
circles.
who I think it was by Stonehenge,
Okay.
and he flew a plane right over it, and there's fields around it, and there was tourists too, like checking out Stonehenge, all that stuff. So it was during the day.
Mhm.
45 minutes later, he had flown back, and there was a huge crop circle, and no one saw it being made. And then everyone, you could see videos and pictures of this, everyone starts to go over once somebody, I think, I don't know who called it out, but people were around it looking at it like, oh my
So
gosh,
wild.
no one saw this happening and it wasn't there. According to this pilot, he's
Yeah.
like, that wasn't there 45 minutes ago.
That's wild. I mean, you would
That
obviously
pilot.
notice if you were flying over it, you're
Yeah.
looking out the window.
And it was huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and Stonehenge is has tons of security, lots of cameras.
Right.
So it's crazy that they don't have any footage. Maybe it's just like pointing at the Stonehenge. I don't know.
Or maybe even if it was, like, the cameras were pointing to where it happened, like, you wouldn't even see it because, like, the video with the guy for 2001 with the orbs, it was like, because daytime, maybe you wouldn't see the orbs either,
Mhm.
but it just appeared. Like, they
Mm.
just floated over
Was that
the
Oliver's
field. And
Castle? Do you remember Oliver's
yes,
Castle?
but
How
I
like
don't
that
know.
old footage and like he had set up a camera and like people confirmed that they saw him there. Like there was somebody running and like doing a run in the morning and they saw him up there with his camera.
Oh, I think that is the one.
Oliver's
Because
Castle.
he's, like, on a hill.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that must be
Yeah.
it.
And
Yeah.
then these orbs just like appear and like
Yep.
yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah.
Well, and they talk about too how like steam like releases.
Hmm.
Like a lot of people that like witness crop circles after they're formed say it's like steaming.
Interesting.
Yo, what like okay, they witnessed that they're steaming? All right, we'll just continue because I don't have anything for that.
Which would also line up with being like
Heat.
microwaved
Heat.
because that yeah, it's releasing that heat
Yeah.
inside.
Wow. It's
So,
fascinating to me.
yeah.
It's so fascinating. And I know we do have some in the US, right? I mean, not in Idaho, but
I
like
think
in the
so.
Midwest and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
But
didn't really look into that.
I feel like they were all mainly,
hmm
in
Well,
England.
and even just like when we were talking about debunking like circle
Mm.
makers, that's really interesting too. Like I didn't dig too deep into it. I just, researched a little on it, but it's interesting that like the housing that they were living in was like paid by the government and even on their website it had said something about like don't worry, like we're being like well
Who?
funded.
So what are they
Yeah.
called again?
Circle
makers?
Circle
makers?
makers.
Yeah, so the government was
Mhm.
funding a group of people to make circles
Which-
Yeah.
to
Which
probably
government?
then try to
Supposedly
debunk.
art,
Mhm.
like it was part of like an art
But why
project
would the government put money into that?
to debunk
Exactly. That's the only
true-
reason I
yeah,
could think
debunk
of.
the truth.
Uh-huh.
Right? I'm
No,
not saying
to
that there's not fake
the
ones,
government.
but I
The government, for one, if that's true, which it's not, the government's not funding people making crop circles. If I had to guess, because again, I don't need to provide evidence. They're not providing evidence. My best guess is that these two pensioners uh, got government assistance for housing or something. Like, come on. That's how they're funding it. Like, that seems way more plausible. But it can still be true that you say the government is paying for their housing, right? Like, because they literally could have lived in like government housing or something like that, right? Not because they're crop make or circle makers. But they just had these were old dudes. They were like not like 80 years old, but they were like pensioners, right? Like they were having fun. They probably have mathematic background or math backgrounds and all of that. I love this shit though. Oh my god, I love this shit. Anyways, the government is not funding crop circles. What they're doing is they're distracting you with way other stuff. Like this, by the way. This, I would say this is funded by a government or a Peter Thiel like motherfucker. It's like there's no way that you would come on the internet, get all dressed up, have a studio, pick topics, and be like, yeah, this is gonna cook. My whole family around me thinks I'm fucking insane. They think I'm crazy for the things I believe. But like I this is it right here. This is it. Like I'm going to go online and talk about this kind of stuff.
Right.
Definitely feel like there was a huge push to be like, let's just make everyone believe this is
Mhm.
fake.
Yep.
You know? So it's like,
Yep.
why are we doing this? Like what's really going on, you
Mhm.
know?
Yeah. That's the only
So,
reason I could think.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, I have some notes too.
Okay, yes.
Let me pull them up real quick because there's so many of them that my tiny little brain couldn't remember. Okay, the Arecibo message.
Oh,
That
yes.
Okay,
That
so in
was
the
that was
wild.
the
so in the
smartest thing she ever
70s,
said.
the
Her
government
tiny
made
little
a
brain.
crop circle with a binary code saying um our earthly population, what humans look like, our DNA, certain other things. And then I think in 2001, like 30 years, 25 years later,
Mhm.
there was a response. So then there was a crop circle that popped up by some sort of observatory or radio tower, something like that. But um, it was a image of an alien face, and then on the other side of the field, there was like what the Arecibo message looked like. It was like a big rectangle with
Mhm.
all the binary code, and it was in response to ours that we had sent in the 70s, and it said like what their population
We're
there
going
was a
back
response.
and I'm
So then,
stopping
a
that
crop
because
circle is wild. So
I'm not gonna let, and some of you know this, I'm not gonna let people say things that are false. Okay. And maybe I'm nitpicky about what is true and what is false. But like, I believe this fucking bitch is lying at this point. She is lying to us because, for one, the Arecibo message was not in binary. Okay. Whatever the fuck she's talking about, it was not binary. Um, I'll tell you right now, it was numbers 1 to 10. It's essentially a grid of squares. I'll just tell you right now. It's a grid of squares that we as humans can rationalize that even though these other people don't speak English, like, or our language of earth, they're true fundamental things about science that you can express. Whether another civilization would interpret it that way, because again, we're only using our human mind to think, how can we, our language of science, how, what would be best to demonstrate that, right? And it's literally this, the Arecibo message is a grid of squares where I couldn't tell you exactly how to read it, but it's essentially pictures that we can understand in as far as science. We know what, like, the atomic, what is it, the atomic numbers of these elements, right? Like, so if you ever, here's a great example. If you're the first person to ever, what's up, Kent, by the way, if you're the first person to ever make first contact, um the easiest thing you can do is just draw a hydrogen atom. Draw, make one dot, and you, again, we come to understand that electrons don't orbit the nucleus, or whatever. Is it the nucleus? I don't even, there's so many words in my head. Don't orbit the center of an atom. It's more of a field that pops in and out. But they will understand, we think this is how we would interpret it, that they would understand what hydrogen is, because what is hydrogen? It's like the fucking building blocks it here. Actually, I have something really good. I can show you something really good about that. Okay. You ready? What do we type? What do we type? First contact, infograph. I think that's what, oh, here we go. Okay. I saw this years and years and years ago, and it's amazing because it kind of makes sense, right? Like, we're not gonna be able to like, we're not going to be able to understand what humans or what other aliens do, right? So this is let's say for whatever reason, you're the first human to ever make alien contact. Yeah, I know, pretty unlikely. Probably isn't going to be you. That's a given, but it would be a good idea for us. Oh, here, we can get past that. Most historians and scientists agree this would be the most important history in all of humanity. I know I read that wrong. Generally accepted in generations to come, all of history will be divided into pre-contact and post-contact. I'll agree with that, but I don't believe it's aliens from another solar system or galaxy, and we'll get into that kind of stuff later. But yeah, I don't agree that it's going to be whatever comes and contacts us is what is our creator. I'll just tell you that right now. Think bigger than Jesus. Yeah, absolutely. That'd be fine. Blah blah blah. Don't try to think about it. You might get nervous and screw something up. Just keep a few points in your head. Try to keep your cool. First things first, hold the fuck still, right? We can go through, this is just going through over basic behavior. But again, we're attributing our type of psychology to a being that we cannot comprehend, conceptualize, imagine, right? Like, again, this is why I don't believe in extraterrestrial, like other solar system or other galaxy aliens, because those types, like, if you have that kind of technology, you don't have to do what the claims of quote unquote aliens do from humans. Think about it. We don't need to stick probes up people's butts or animals' butts to find out what is wrong unless you need a colonoscopy. Okay. By the way, men 40. I think women are supposed to get them too. But regardless, check your tits for lumps too. Get mammograms, all that. Um, Sorry, I'm reading what you said, Kent, real quick. Oh, okay. See, I can get on something like that. That makes more sense to me because, again, we'll get into it. We'll get into it. But that would make I would respect somebody who said, yeah, they're yeah, exactly. It is already more coherent. But yeah, and go to adding to that is the reason why it's more coherent is like, why does everybody get a probe stuck up their butt? Like a being of that kind of intellect and technological advancement could literally just go to a hospital, get a little bit of tissue, and learn every little thing about a human. Like it would be that easy. Um, well, again, intergalactic tourists, Kent, the whole thing with that is you would have to believe that an intellect so high like that is something they do. Like, I understand safaris. And we enjoy them. We love going to the zoo and all of that kind of stuff. Like, oh, okay, great. Like, we love to see animals that we could never see in real life. But that's because we're idiots. That's because we have not evolved past like, oh, shiny object, you know. So anybody who says, yeah, it could be a galactic tourist, galactic safari, galactic zoo, yeah, no, that's low value. um so anyways, I'm getting sidetracked. My ADD is getting sidetracked. So the first thing you need to do when you meet an alien is you need to find a way to communicate. And again, if you're like these women, you're not gonna get very far. You're gonna fucking embarrass us, okay? Because when you draw a circle, it's pi. Just to let you know, Kent, you might have missed it, but earlier in the episode, and they're talking about how the circles were pi. Take that for what you will, but the circles were pi. That's insane to me. That's what they think. Like, that's a thought in their head. Of course, it's circle. Anyways, I'm gonna calm down because we're gonna have some fun. Um, they may not communicate through sounds, may not even hear frequencies we talk through. Human language with its fickle syntax. Yeah, amazing. Won't do. Feel free to talk, but I know this will just give the aliens a general feel of how we sound. You won't be able to convey ideas verbally at first. And again, if you do any type of research on uncontacted civilizations and how we ended up being able to get contacted with them. What they fail to tell you in history when you learn about the New World and discovering all of these native islanders and all of that kind of stuff, they don't tell you that they fucking kidnap kids and then they took them back to Europe to like teach them language and then teach them our language and then send them back. Like they don't tell you about that. They don't tell you about the massive, massive kidnapping that goes on. Oh, 100%. Sorry, well, Kent, it's not even it's not here. We'll get back to it eventually, but yeah, I know what you're saying. I know where you're coming from. All right, so we'll go down this. You should probably bring your own pen if they provide any kind of writing mechanism. It won't likely be the familiar cylinder that fits so nicely into our opposable digits. Because again, this is another thing where the alien hypothesis breaks down for me is why again I there's answers for it, but let's just say we are uncontacted. There is a intelligent civilization out there that has not like made us a zoo or sent us off with von Neumann probes or anything like that. Why would they have two eyes and a nostril and a mouth? We're pretty sure we have enough evidence that even though that we have been descendant from the same type of fucking abiogenesis replicating RNA, turning into DNA, whatever, however you want to say all of that, we understand that. Here, let me rephrase this. At least, like with mammals and all that kind of stuff, like there's no reason for an alien to ever have the same kind of biology as us. That's just, and if they do, sans or not being like us being trans or is it panspermia or whatever, but anyways, us being organisms that got sent out on von Neumann probes. um if it's not that, there's no way an alien from another planet would ever look like us because of different stars, different gravity, all of that, right? Like we are products of our environment. um yeah, I can't panspermia. We are products of our environment, and it's just they're not going to be bipedal, two-eyed, nose, asshole, dick, tits, nipple. Like that's insane. That's insane. um all right, so when you first meet this alien, though, by the way, so talk about math is the easiest way to convey any type of message, right? Like Pythagoras's theorem will always be true no matter what name you call it. Like you could call it a toaster burning on fire that killed my grandma. But if that's describing a squared plus b squared equals c, right? Did I get that correct? Hold on. Does it actually say it in here? Uh anyways, I think it's that one. Again, it's been a long time since I've had to actually like do math other than like taxes. But yeah, so you can describe different kinds of things. You can bend things or fold things a certain way, blah blah blah. But one of my favorite ones is this one down here. And I know I have, hold on, let me get this off screen. God damn it, I'm in fucking studio mode too. All right, so we're gonna get text off the screen real quick. And then we're going to transition. All right, there we go. And then we're going to do text on the screen again. This is my favorite one, which would be taking objects and literally just putting objects down, and then we write what that means, because that would be somewhat universal. Even in a higher level of intellect would understand that's one, that thing is one. Like there's only again, it sounds basic. Like it sounds like, hey, duh, collapse. Like one is one, but like that's our word for it, right? So theirs is glip glorp whatever, but they'll understand. So then now they have an idea of how we use words, and maybe they would do the same thing. That's another thing. So again, this is a being that is of higher intellect. But I want to stop yapping. I want to go back to the video because there's a bunch of shit. But this is funny. You're never gonna meet aliens like that, but this is a good read. It's called First Contact Infograph or something. Yeah, can't. That's my whole point, is that they will understand the concepts of just like how the universe is. Like a one thing will be one no matter where you are in the universe. Like if you're attached to reality, at least. um like that, like me, I am one. Me and you are two. That will always be a thing if we're together, right? And I say, hey, me and Kent, that's two always. But it's me and Kent. And so again, when you when you hear, hey, it's me and Kent, you automatically think two people. Bam. It's just like that. It's just like that. All right, let's get this text back on. No, that's not what I wanted. We're gonna transition. I'm gonna mute. I'm gonna let this play for a little bit. Cause whew, I went on a tangent there once they brought up aliens.
In the 70s, the government made a crop circle with a binary code saying our earthly population, what humans look like, our DNA, certain other things. And then I think in 2001, like 30 years, 25 years later, there was a response. So then there was a crop circle that popped up by some sort of observatory or radio tower, something like that. But it was.
I'm actually gonna rewind this because I didn't realize how stupid it actually was. So she's fucking it up so much. She's fucking it up so much. She's saying the Arecibo telescope in Puerto Rico, that's, I think it sends radio waves. I again, don't quote me on that. Go look it up yourself, and don't well, I guess you could chat GPT, something like that. But sends whatever. She's saying, she starts bringing up crop circles that the Arecibo crop circle sent a message at. Yo, Kent, it is. Oh, you're gonna love this series then, bro. Like you're gonna love it because they have really good videos. And here's what you're gonna love about it too, and what I think most people will, is I don't know if you could tell or not, but these bitches are like new age Christianity Jesus. Yeah. They're like Nephilim and fucking evil water spirits, and it's good. It's good. It's amazing. I know I sound mad, but I promise I'm enjoying the shit out of this. Like, whew, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good series.
Arecibo message.
What's really going on, you know?
So
Yeah.
we're gonna
That's
talk
the
about the
only reason I can
Arecibo
think.
message right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I have some notes too.
Okay, yes.
Let me pull them up real quick because there's so many of them that my tiny little brain couldn't remember. Okay, the Arecibo message.
Oh, yes.
Okay,
that
so
was wild.
So in the 70s, the government made a crop circle with a binary code.
All right, let's track everybody. The government made a crop circle with a binary code. Now, I just spent a 15-minute tangent telling you what the Arecibo message was, and then getting into how you use math to have a conversation with any of these fucking aliens from an yeah, I'm not going to rehash that. But mind you, the Arecibo crop circle, I know she's fucking it up. Like I know what she's trying to say, but this is, you fuck it up so bad when you can't, like, this is a tell of how people don't believe what they say. Because to me, that's a minor fuck up. Like that's a minor fuck up to her, or I'm sorry, to her, it's a minor fuck up. To me, it's a minor fuck up, but it tells me where you're at on this. Is if you're fucking it up and saying the Arecibo crop circle, that means your brain is so like you literally studied for a test the night before. And you have notes. I have, by the way, I have no notes in front of me. Again, they're not providing evidence, so I won't provide evidence. But we'll keep going. And I just want you to listen to how she frames this this message that apparently was sent out, and then we got a message back in a crop circle. That's what she's trying to say.
code saying, our
Wild.
so in the 70s, the government made a crop circle with a binary code saying, our earthly population, what humans look like, our DNA, certain other things. And then I think in 2001, like 30 years, 25 years later,
Mhm.
there was a response. So then there was a crop circle that popped up by some sort of observatory or radio tower, something like that. But it was a
This, mind you, this is supposed to be really good evidence for her claim. Just keep that in mind as well.
image of an alien face, and then on the other side of the field there was like what the Arecibo message looked like. It was like a big rectangle with all the binary code, and it was in response to ours that we had sent in the 70s, and it said like what their population was, like what they look like. But then
Oh no. Oh no. Guys, everybody. 30 years later, we got a message. Now, I can understand it'll take time for a message to be transferred if it's super, super far away. But what is more likely? Somebody like me who was old enough to maybe shit post in 2001 like that, or maybe even somebody older than that, and going, oh shit, it'd be real funny. It'd be real funny if we like do a crop circle answering the fucking Arecibo message. That's fun. Like that's literally like, this is dumb. Okay, I'm not gonna get upset because this is supposed to be fun. This is dumb people thinking they're making a good point. And I keep interrupting her while she's proving my point, but oh gosh, we can't let people get away with that.
and you were telling me that they claim that now that was a hoax.
Supposedly.
Yeah.
And again, I have a hard time, like, again, believing, like, I mean, I couldn't really look to see, like, were the formations woven? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, did electronics stop working inside of it, you know?
This is why she doesn't
But,
believe it, by the way.
I always take
Yeah.
everything that the government says with a grain of salt of like, oh, this was like proven to be a hoax.
Well, because even
Yeah.
when we were looking into it, like they don't have proof that it was
So
a hoax.
I'm gonna call them a liar really quick about that. I'm gonna call them a liar because they had two guys who claimed in England and showed how they made crop circles. And their answer to that was, oh, well, the government pays them. They pay for their housing. Okay, so if somebody shows you how they do something and it replicates exactly what you're thinking like happen or is supposed to happen, but you just wipe it away as, well, the government pays them, so then we should never trust the government. And I agree, you should always question what your government does. always, because the shit you know about, and oh my god, that's going to be a fun subject too. The shit you know about, the fucked up shit governments do that you know about, that's not even close to like what fucked up shit the government does. And and if you fall into that and you know, it's crazy. Like right now, or maybe last night, whatever time zone, there is a government funded death, a Western government funded death squad in Sierra Leone, in the DRC, in all of these resource rich company or companies, countries. There are black book, off the book, private, government, individual, entity, corporation pulling some of the most atrocious stuff. We give King Leopold of, I think it was Belgium, tons of shit. We look at him as a monster for what he did while colonizing the African continent, chopping off kids' arms because their parents, what crazy stuff. We give them shit because that's a monster everybody could hate, but they won't tell you what they're doing. Who do you think funded these right-wing paramilitary groups in South and Central America? Look into the Los Zetos cartel. There's two great books called the Fort Bragg cartel, and the other book is There Are No Drug Cartels. I think those are the two books. But essentially, what the Los Zetos cartel is a paramilitary group of ex federales, ex Mexican special forces, ex cops, all of that kind of stuff. They are funded and trained by the U.S. military and the U.S. government. Period. Plain and simple. That's not a conspiracy theory. That's not me bringing woo into my lab. Those are verifiable facts you could go look up, right? Like your government does fucked up shit, but they're gonna fucking say that, like, you're gonna question them on crop circles. Crops can't believe the government on crop, like, come on, this is amazing. How are you not loving this? This is amazing. You get to get in somebody's head. You get to go, how do you think? And then you get to lay out a scenario that sounds fucking insane. What I just said sounds so insane to like a well-adjusted, put together person. Okay? But it's all true. It's all fucking true. And crop circles, folks. Crop circles. Crop circles.
No.
They suggest it was a hoax.
Yes.
So
Still creepy.
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's
That
weird.
one creeped me out with the alien face. I thought
Yeah,
that
it's
one
like
was
a gray
creepy.
alien face.
Yeah.
Like super
And they're
detailed.
like super just cryptic message.
Mhm.
Like,
Oh yeah, and then there was the one, yes, with the alien head, and it said, let me see, it was binary code again, but this one had a message, and it said, beware the bearers of false gifts and their broken promises. Much pain, but still time. Believe there is good out there. We oppose deception. And that was in 2002. And
That's an alien sent that message, folks. An alien. I love this.
Wiltshire, England.
that's so
Yeah.
crazy.
Super, super weird.
Crop circles are weird. I don't know. It's just like one of those things. It's like you can't prove it. And it's like we don't know like whose hand is really in it, because I feel like they know a lot of things. I feel like there's so many stories about having contact with aliens and the government. Like there's so many things. So it's like, how much of that's actually true? How much is it like, are they like telling them like, hey, create these circles? We
Right.
need.
Maybe they're working with aliens.
Yeah.
No, they don't say go create those circles. Two drunk dudes left the pub or were at the pub one night in England and said, yo, you know, it'd be funny is if we like made crop circles and we got people to believe that like aliens came and burnt them in. And so they went and did that. And now what the government does is they come in and they pay for these fucking type of people to have people like me and people like y'all sit here and talk about it and debate about it and all of that kind of stuff. But we're not going to do that. We're going to laugh about it. We're going to learn something, not about crop circles, not about the crazy conspiracies I throw out, but like how to logically process a conversation when people don't bring data into the lab. You only do not let anybody into your motherfucking science lab with woo, with thoughts, with beliefs, anything like that. Tell them only fucking data. And if you don't have data, tell me this is just, hey, this is a scenario I play out. Like, even with me, I have some data, not all of it, and I'll give the data and then I'll say, but here's what I'm thinking the conclusion can be. Take with that what you will, right? Like, there's nothing wrong with giving the data and then saying, hey, my opinion is this. And that's amazing. I love those conversations. Those are the philosophical conversations I like to have. I don't give a fuck about your epistemology. You know what I mean when I say mean. Like we don't play that game. What's up, Resolute, by the way? What's up, everybody? Anyways, sorry. Kind of rambled there, but like only let data into your lab. And I feel like most folks, who are reasonable do that. It is fun to speculate, it is fun to fill in the gaps, but we have to always be clear that we're filling in the gaps and not, this is not a concrete belief. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean,
Yeah.
and what is an alien, right? Like, if you
Mhm.
biblically go back, I would have to say it was.
There it is. There it is. There it is. Look, I was waiting for that part to come up. Biblically go back. There are these two. I on another episode, I saw him say something hella fucking. They are new age, not even like Bible reading Christians. They're not those kind. And what is crazy is I've met a couple of these people recently where they're like, no, it's just about Jesus and my relationship with him. So you don't read the Bible? No, I don't need to because it's okay. Right. And then so when you believe like that, those are the same people that believe like demons are, or not demons, but like they talk about like water spirits and all kinds of like, right now she's gonna get into some woo of like alien spirits and shit like that.
Probably a fallen angel or a watcher,
Mhm.
maybe, or something.
Or something created by them,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
extraterrestrial doesn't mean
Satan created
necessarily from another
aliens.
planet. Like if our
It's
let's
just
just
outside
say
of humanity,
it's
right?
just exactly.
All right. Listen, she started off good. She started off good, but then she's stupid. Um, because she said extraterrestrial doesn't have to mean from another planet, which is that's actually like the way you should look is like I have a friend that when I would say aliens aren't real, in my world, aliens are beings from another solar system or another planet. And he's like, wait, what? You don't believe in aliens? You don't believe and then this goes into like the like interdimensional beings that can maybe be here, right? Like if aliens and then I go, well, no, I could put plausibility to a being from a different dimension being here. Like that again makes more sense. Yeah, that's why I said Ken, that's why I said she's dumb because no, it's not just humans. It's not just mankind. Like if there was a cow from a different fucking solar system or a being like a cow, that would still be extraterrestrial. Like a cow here on Earth is not extraterrestrial. So this is what I'm saying. I feel like these bitches just get topics and then we'll continue because I have to show you their video titles and what they actually talk about after this. It's amazing. I love this shit. It's so amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Super strange. Okay, I was gonna read this one. So the first modern eyewitness account was from 1966.
Okay.
His name was George Pedley, and he was at a lagoon in Australia, and then he saw orbs floating around in the air, and then they started to create geometric patterns in the tall grass below them. And there's photos of this and everything.
That's
Yeah.
so weird.
Can't they
So
have to
that
be
was in the
really
60s,
stupid? Though?
and then it
That's
started
the
ramping up
difference.
after
Like,
that.
really dumb.
Okay, where was this? He was by a swamp?
Australia, like by a lagoon, and
A
there was like a bunch of
lagoon.
reeds.
Okay, so I only
Mhm.
asked because I did write this down. I thought it was interesting that 98% of the non-man-made formations were made over chalk aquifers.
What's a chalk aquifer?
So they're like
I looked that up. I think she's going to explain it. I looked it up because I tried to find evidence that maybe there's and I didn't really get too far into it because, to be honest with you, I didn't really fucking care. But like, I was like, okay, what could be an explanation for why farms tend to be near or over chalk aquifers? I don't have the answer, and I don't even know if her statistics are true. But if you're one of those weirdos who hears stuff like that and goes, "Oh, I want to look that up," feel free. I do that a lot. I look up shit where I go, "Oh, I wonder why that is, or if that's true." And so I just maybe farms are built over chalk aquifers. I don't know.
water, like aquifer, like water
Yeah,
aquifers are
sure.
just like natural like water like reservoirs, I
Yeah.
guess. But they're like chalk is like around that. I guess there's water
Interesting.
under it. So
Huh.
Chalk
anyways, I thought that was
aquifer
so
is an
weird.
aquifer with
But it was
chalk
saying
around
that
it.
chalk
Okay. Guys. You- she I hate when people explain shit like that. Like, if I ask you what a chalk aquifer is, I know what the geological term for chalk is, limestone, and I know what a fucking aquifer is, right? Like, but when you say they're built around or okay, I know what those are. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. This woman says, "What's a chalk aquifer?" She's not asking exactly, like, and maybe she is, but in my mind, I don't think she's asking, like, explain what an aquifer is, and then just or she's asking, what is a chalk aquifer as opposed to an aquifer? And this woman responds with, like an aquifer with water. Yeah. It has chalk around it. That doesn't get you any closer to the fucking answer. She's asking why it's like, what is a chalk aquifer? It's fucking amazing. I love this shit. I'm gonna rewind it, but I find so much joy in like this kind of like, because I'm telling you, I find when people say really stupid shit fucking hilarious. Cause it's like, no way, you're doing that on purpose. There's no way you're saying like you're not trolling right now. Because like like dumb, maybe I'm just fucking brain dead and like immature, but like stupid shit is funny. But I rewound it a little bit because we listened to how she answers what a chalk aquifer is.
Yeah,
aquifers
sure.
are just like non-man-made formations were made over chalk aquifers.
What's a chalk aquifer?
So they're like water, like aquifer, like water
Yeah,
aquifers are
sure.
just like natural like water like reservoirs, I
Yeah.
guess. But they're like chalk is like around that. I guess there's water
Interesting.
under it.
Yeah. Come on. That was fucking good. That was fucking good. What is a chalk aquifer? It's a reservoir of water with fucking chalk around. Oh my god, I'm doing it one more time because I'm so sorry. I'm immature, folks, but this is I'm putting this on my soundboard, by the way.
What's a chalk aquifer?
So they're like water, like aquifer, like water
Yeah,
aquifers are
sure.
just like natural like water like reservoirs, I
Yeah.
guess. But they're like chalk is like around that. I guess there's water
Interesting.
under it. So
Huh.
anyways, I thought that was so weird. But it was saying that chalk aquifers can be used to generate electricity. So
Oh.
everything is pointing back to electromagnetic. I can't We can't talk.
Listen, not only it's a chalk aquifer is an aquifer with chalk around it. Now they're attached to magneticism. What I listen, I don't know how to pronounce words, okay? English is my first language, and I didn't go to a very good public school.
Magnetic.
Electronic magnetism.
Wow.
So I feel like there's something about that, right? Like we're told that like about gravity, but then there's also like the magnetism, right? Like there's something about that too, but we don't teach on that, and that's kind of just swept away with like that's woo woo, or that's like you know, out there. Like
Yeah.
that's old way of thinking,
Or like
whatever.
the ley lines, like those are basically energy lines, if you will, that kind of create a grid pattern around the world.
All right, now she's speaking my language, energy and vibes. The ley lines, that's new to me, but now she's got me. Listen, for the last 12 minutes, I've been really upset, but she's getting to my type of woo, and that's energy and vibes.
And where they cross, those are like hot spots for a lot of things. And what's built on them are these like megalithic structures and monuments like a Stonehenge.
Nope. I'm gonna debunk this right now. I hate when people bring up Stonehenge. Do you know how? Here, chat. Give me your in the fewest words possible. What's the easiest way to build Stonehenge? Anybody have an idea? Do you think they built cranes or anything like that? I don't think they built cranes. They literally piled fucking dirt up around. Oh my God, these people are so dumb. You kind of, but you build a fucking mound, and then you fucking chisel or you dig the dirt away. That is how easy it is to build Stonehenge. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. I love it so much. Like, Stonehenge was built on these ley lines, that like is energy that go around the earth, and so it lifted up giant rocks. I love this. It's amazing.
Built on these ley lines,
pyramids.
the pyramids as well, and like that's where a lot of these crop circles and things are also seen.
So crazy.
So it's something to do with energy. There's some sort of significance to those locations.
I wonder if they're just getting like a charge. Like, here's your receipt. You got charged. It's a crop circle.
That's funny. But like, if let's just say like the aliens or whatever are making them, then what? Like, why? Like, there are people that say, well, maybe they're using our
that
planet.
was the first great question she asked. Why would they build crop circles? That's the real question. Why? Why do they build crop circles? That's crazy, because aliens need to come down and burn a message in a wheat field to communicate with other aliens passing by. I'm curious, how far up do you think you could see a crop circle? Like, when does a crop circle stop being visible from the sky? Can somebody look that up? Because again, not only are you a intergalactic traveling being that obviously can defy the laws of physics as we know them, you're just gonna go put them in a field. Why wouldn't you burn the shit into a rock so it's permanent? I didn't even think. Oh my God. Okay. All right.
And our fields to send a message to other aliens going by because they could see it. Just kind of weird to say, well, maybe they're using our planet and our fields to send a message to other aliens going by because they could see it. Just kind of weird. Or it's like a landing pad for them.
Or a charging dock, maybe?
Or that's good. I haven't thought of that.
It just came to me, literally.
Or maybe it is just trying to communicate with us.
Maybe like they're communicating via crop circle.
We have to. I want to stop it right there, just really quick. and be serious for a second, is listen to the questions they are asking, right? Like charging dock, communication, send us a message. Because they are so low IQ and can't actually garner up anything but like these kind of dumb low value like hypothesis. If anybody ever, if any of y'all said there's better ways to do all of those things, you're in the club. Like you get it, right? Like these aren't even good questions to ask why aliens do it. The question should literally be, if you believe crop circles are real, yeah, they're doing it for shits and giggles. They're doing it to fuck with us. Like, come on, come on. That's the only thing that could be possible. They're doing it to fuck with us. Like, that's the only thing that you could possibly come up with if these are real.
Those two questions that are being asked to them. I don't
Oh
know.
yeah.
Who knows? Like,
Yeah.
who knows? But
Well,
it's
you
just
know,
weird.
the Roswell crash, so the New
Mhm.
Mexico UFO crash, the man that found all the wreckage and stuff, he had found a stone, and it was I think it was magnetized, or something was unique about this stone.
This guy
Okay.
found a
And there
magnet.
was an engraving of a weird symbol on the top.
Mm.
There was no evidence of sandblasting, nothing like that. So don't know how it got carved in like that. It was super intricate. Years later, that same almost identical symbol was made in a crop circle, I believe in England.
Creepy.
Yes.
Completely separate areas.
Yeah. In different
But
years.
same
It's very similar design.
design.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that weird?
That is
Yeah, it's
weird.
weird
Okay, here's
that
some of the
somebody
more
copied
famous
it.
ones. So we have Eastfield Crop Circle. It was Alton Barnes. That's the location. I don't
Okay.
even know where that is. 2008. It was 600 feet in diameter, and it was intricate design that looked like a barcode or alien. I think it's the one we were talking about. And it's one of the most complex formations ever found.
By the way, again, this is again how you have to you have to listen to people's words to be able to like dissect everything they say. Is she said, yeah, and it looked alien. Bitch, you don't know what the fuck is alien. So that's not that's not a claim you can ever, ever, ever substantiate until we know what alien, quote unquote alien, looks like. Was it I'm not gonna go there, but yeah. So just remember to make sure you listen to these idiots.
And then you have Milk Hill,
Yeah, it sounds my favorite one.
2001.
Yeah.
It's 787 feet across.
Oh my gosh.
And it's famous because it's one of the largest ever recorded, and it's made up of over 400 circles forming a fractal-like pattern, and it appeared overnight.
Right. And the circle patterns are not just like smashed down. They're like in a circular formation.
They're all like
They're
laid
always
circular.
or they're always clockwise, I think is what they said.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
It was definitely not Doug and Dave pole vaulting.
No.
They did not do
They
that
were a little
overnight.
clumsy with
Look, you can be a UAP, a UFO person. You can be, but you have to come to the concept of what UAP, UFO, all of that kind of stuff is not from out of this solar system, and it's not from out of this galaxy. Like I will gladly say there are UAPs that we cannot explain, right? Like that's why I always say, hey, there could be a God, but it's not an Abrahamic one, it's not the Buddhist, it's not a Hindu one, it's none of those. There could be a creator, but it isn't some fictional being. It is a here, I'll start it. We're not gonna get into it because y'all will probably piss me off talking about it. But ask yourself this when it comes to the singularity hypothesis. You have three options. If this universe is 14 billion years old, and as we know it, and there are no other advanced civilizations, okay? If there are none, okay, except for us, we're the first ones, we're the rare ones, then yeah, we probably don't live in a simulation. if there's a technological civilization, or if there's a civilization that became technologically advanced enough to create simulations, like universe simulations, they don't, or they destroyed themselves before they do. Or the last point is you live in one. And I'm not saying that's true. I'm not putting my money on black, or I'm not putting my money on that in the casino. But logically, to me, if we can agree that there are more advanced civilizations out there, then we probably live in a simulation. Like that's just, it's logically follows. Anyways, we'll get into that. I love that stuff. I love that kind of stuff, because at the end of the day, if there's a non-zero chance that we hit a technological singularity where we are able, or where we are able to integrate AGI and nanobots, or however you want to believe how the simulation or the singularity happens, because there's multiple ways. Nobody knows how we're going to get there, and nobody knows what happens after it, right? Again, I could just be mentally ill talking woo right now, okay? And I would gladly accept that. I would gladly accept that there's no singularity that we can ever reach, right? But as somebody who like is like, we look at the past, we look at how advancements work, we look at how we as humans look, like act and respond and all of that. We're going to do that. Like we're going to put chips in our brain to make us think a million times faster. We're going to learn how to boil a hot dog without water, or like we're gonna do all of that kind of stuff. And when we do, the world as we know it, human beings will cease to exist as a species, right? Like we hate it. We hate talking about it. We hate talking about AI. We hate talking about, oh, AI is coming to take our jobs. AI is coming to do this. Yeah, I'm sorry, but it is. This age of abundance, this age of abundance stuff that people talk about, that like where a lot of people like to talk about communism and socialism and all of that kind of stuff. Like your granddaddies and grandpappies fucking age of socialism and communism is over. What we have there's a fork in the road coming when it comes to this kind of technology and abundance, right? And it's going to be who is in charge of it. And right now, the Epstein class is in charge of this technology. The people like Peter Thiel, the people like Elon Musk, these disgusting, vile people who think they know better. They're in charge of this technology. And every day we need to, no, not need to, but like every day there's a fight to wrestle it back from them. And then you have people like them, and like again, bigger people, all of these people who will sit here and lie to you to get you to fight in a culture war, to get you to fight, in a religious, not actual religious war, but like to get you debate like the philosophical meaning of God. Like all of that at the end of the day is the actual psyop to keep you busy, as we are just pillaged every single day as normal people, because the Epstein class believes they know better. Okay. Sure. The people that eat babies know better, guys. They understand that. That's what they're telling you. That's what they're letting you, or that's what they're telling you. But anyways, yeah, that's the singularity. I kind of got off there. But we're gonna take it back from them. But AI is coming. It is coming, and we have to brace for it. And if we can be the one in charge of this age of abundance coming, I think we could do good. We'll do a thought experiment here in the next few minutes. We'll wrap them up real quick. They're kind of going crazy, but I want to do a thought experiment with you folks after this.
They forgot to do their circular.
They didn't. Yeah, they don't know what they're doing. Okay, Crabwood Formation, that was in Winchester.
I'm speeding it up because they start talking about
Interesting.
radiation.
So I feel like there was just so much
Yeah.
more information, like so much more understanding of like even just energy and how it's flowing and how it's affecting our earth,
Oh,
And
absolutely.
so,
Like I think energy used to be free, like the whole
mhm,
story of um no.
Rockefellers.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
who created the electricity supposedly? New no.
Yo! I didn't I don't think I got this far. They were able to fucking throw in the JQ. Did you hear her drop the JQ right there? Did you hear her drop the J fucking Q? Energy energy used to be free. Yeah, the until the Rockefellers. Come on, that is coded JQ. If you hear somebody say, "Oh, this and this used to be good." Oh, but the Rockefellers, they're JQers. Okay. They are the Jewish question people. Okay. There's not a Jewish question. There's not a fucking Jewish question. Why do you think you don't know any of the names of like sultans from the Middle East? Ask yourself that. But then everything's the JQ? Huh. Funny. Funny. It's almost like there's a psyop to make you believe that a group up front are the ones in charge and controlling everything. They don't want to tell you that, yeah, sure, Israel has its own geopolitical goals within the United States, but there's a lot more powerful people out there. Like, look into the sultans. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. And again, there's a cabal of all groups of people trying to control their interest in this world. Peter Thiel, Elon Musk, the actual energy companies, ExxonMobil, like all of them. There are cabals of groups of people with different interests trying to control everything. Yes, absolutely. But there's only one type of people coming out and saying, you as a regular citizens are too stupid and we need to surveil you. We need to take all of your privacy away. We need to gather all the data on you and put you in a folder and decide what you can and can't do. You think China's social credit system is an actual fucking thing? Wait until you learn about the file that's on you right now. Just wait. Just wait.
Oh my
Tesla?
gosh. No. Okay,
Oh,
Tesla
yeah.
did. The
Okay.
one that we're told, made the light bulb.
Oh,
Sorry.
Thomas Edison.
Oh my gosh, thank you. I
Yes.
kept wanting to say someone else's name and I was like, that's not it.
How he tied
To-
a key to his kite
yeah, the
and
whole thing. But
yeah.
I
Okay. I know I went on a tangent. Let's go back on this because this is amazing. This is fucking amazing. So, JQ, Edison, fucking Tesla, the guy who flew a key on his kite. Come on. Come on. Ben Franklin invented electricity. She's literally giving us like, I think I learned that in third grade, even though like Ben Franklin didn't invent electricity, right? It's all a story. It's all American exceptionalism, that kind of stuff. This is the kind of high IQ takes we get, folks.
Even just energy and how it's flowing and how it's affecting our earth.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
so,
Like I think energy used to be free, like the whole
mhm,
story of um no.
Rockefellers.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
who created the electricity supposedly? New no. Oh my
Tesla?
gosh. No. Okay,
Oh,
Tesla
yeah.
did. The
Okay.
one that we're told, made the light bulb.
Oh,
Sorry.
Thomas Edison.
Oh my gosh, thank you. I
Yes.
kept wanting to say someone else's name and I was like, that's not it.
How he tied
To-
a key to his
yeah,
kite
the
and
whole thing. But
Oh, okay. Thomas Edison tied a key to his kite. Yo, folks, come on. You can't actually get upset at this kind of stuff because I know I sound like I'm fucking getting upset, but I only get upset. I only get passionate about certain things when it comes to like the actual misinformation. But like, are people nodding along who watch them and going, Yeah. Thomas Edison tied a key to his kite and discovered electricity. Yo, Mr. Sif. Okay, everybody say what up to Can't Kill Commentary. He's actually the guy who got me fucking smart science guy. He's a we love Camp Kill. We love Camp Kill. If you go back, look, sorry, Sif, but I'm gonna just drop it right here. If you go, I'll link it, but you gotta watch his camper killer commentary videos on science and especially stupid atheists. His stupid atheist video is really good. That actually gives me inspiration a lot of times to actually shit on stupid atheists. Um, right? Because we're out there. I'm a stupid atheist, but Camp Kill has some of the best science videos ever, dude. Ever. Yeah, Sif, we're doing the tinfoil and tan lines. It's been great. I don't know if you caught it, but Thomas Edison tied a key to his kite and discovered electricity, but apparently the Asian one, okay, look, sorry, I'll be racist, whatever. The Asian looking one said her first idea was the one in the hat said that energy was free. And the other girl said, yeah, it basically was like, yeah, the Rockefellers took it away though. And I went into it to not believe in the JQ fucking tirade. I love this shit. All right, I'm gonna keep playing it because this shit is fucking great.
Yeah.
I think they had electricity way before that, but it was free energy. So to your point of
Mhm.
like they understood a lot about energy and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I think so too.
I think they understood a lot about energy, but then I also think they realized like, oh, we can make this so that like we can harness it in a way that like people have to pay for it. We can monetize this.
Well, right.
Right. Because I think
Okay, look, I'd love energy to be free, okay? But I live in the real world. And yes, they harnessed it and gathered it by pumping it out of the ground. Now, if you want, you can go pump out and refine your own fossil fuel. Okay? What a cabal. What a cabal. What a cabal.
I've seen some crazy things. Like people have dug up like artifacts. And again, it's like, is this real? I don't know. But if it
Yeah.
is, it's like fascinating because it's like they were able to use and create light with like magnets and like certain rocks.
Amazing.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah, that
Hold
is
on.
wild.
Sorry, I don't mean to replay this part. We're at 26:18, but Camp, yes, Sif, I'm gonna fucking go back and I want you to hear this and I want you to be as crazy reaction as I was. I think we're gonna be on the same page about this.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Isn't that weird? So I feel like
Yeah.
there was just so much more information, like so much more understanding of like even just energy and how it's flowing and how it's affecting
I think I gotta go
our
back.
earth, you
Hold
know?
on.
Oh, absolutely.
so-
Like I think energy used to be
Oh, here it
free, you
is.
know, like the whole story of no.
Rockefellers.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
who created the electricity supposedly? No.
Rockefellers.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
who created the electricity supposedly? No. Oh my gosh.
Tesla?
No. Okay, Tesla
Wait,
did.
Okay.
The one that we're told, made the light bulb.
Oh,
Sorry.
Thomas Edison.
Oh my gosh, thank you. I
Yes.
kept wanting to say someone else's name and I was like, that's not it.
How he tied a key to his kite.
Yeah, the
and-
whole thing. But
yeah.
I think they had electricity way before that, but it was free.
Guys, come on. Come on. That's so amazing. That's so great.
Moon landing,
I know.
like some like war.
I know.
Like
I know. I guess
past
like, you know
history.
what? There are still some things that I'm like, oh wow, like didn't see that coming. And the double helix DNA that just came out.
That was-
Or I don't know if it just came out, but we just learned about this. Like that is really fascinating to me.
I know.
Like
We're gonna have to
shocking.
dig into that.
Definitely.
So,
Mhm.
'cause I mean, not that it really changes anything, but it's still just like one more thing, you
Yeah.
know, that's like
Yeah.
debunked.
Yeah.
So,
And not everything's explainable. And I think that's what science tries to do.
mhm.
That
they try to-
no. This is the last here. We'll end the because it just gets even dumber, I promise. I want you to really pay attention to what she says about science right now. Because I don't know if you I, I don't know if you know, but science tries to explain everything. just like it's a here, just listen.
Anything, but it's still just like one more thing,
Yeah.
that's like
Yeah.
debunked.
Yeah. And
So,
not everything's explainable. And I think that's what science tries to do is
mhm,
they try to just make everything so like quote unquote sciencey and like there's a reason for everything,
mhm,
but no, there's so much mystery still, like even with the human body and like
mhm.
our blood and
Well,
all
even
that
they can't
stuff.
explain like how when like an egg, like conception, they can't explain that spark of light.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's
Like,
a spark of light
There's a mommy
when
and
a
a
baby's
daddy,
conceived.
and
yeah,
there's
That's
sperm
incredible.
I
and
know
an
it really
egg.
is.
You
And so
you
it's just
can't
like there's so many
explain
things like they don't know how
conception.
the heart starts. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like, or why.
Well,
Like,
now they always told us it's a pump, and like now they're saying no, it's more like a vortex.
yes,
It doesn't work
they
like a
don't
pump.
even know. Like, they
Yeah.
just,
Hold on, hold on. That's another thing that I find hella fucking funny is that science tries to explain everything. Yeah. With the heart, they said it used to be a pump and now they're learning it like it's a vortex. Okay, I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt and thinks maybe she meant vacuum, maybe is what I would have to give her credit for, because again, she's coherent. Like she doesn't like none of what she's saying is actually true. But like I can parse it. I can be like, oh, okay, I see what you're saying, but you're just absolutely stupid. Um, but if science is always trying to explain everything, and maybe I don't know the specific pump, vacuum, whatever the fuck they're talking about, but that is science. If you find new data or how things, like if you have to explain a new we've gotten more information, more data, whatever, and we have to update how things work, that is exactly what science does. And that's the best part. Because if you have a better explanation for something, you can do that with science if you could prove it. But to sit there, science doesn't even know how the heart works, so like science is stupid. Fuck you, science. Like I love this shit. I fucking love this shit. Yeah, so self-adapting pressure regulator. Okay. Still not a fucking vortex, like she said. So even me giving her credit, like she's bungling this so bad.
or making things up,
They
pulling it out of
do.
the air. Like, oh,
It's a pump, and like now they're saying no, it's more like a vortex.
yes,
It doesn't work
they
like a
don't
pump.
even know. Like, they
Yeah.
just are making things up,
They
pulling it out of
do.
the air. Like, oh, let's just tell them this.
Pretty much.
It'll be a vortex if I try hard enough to believe words don't mean words. And I will do my best and then I will say that she's correct.
They
Hmm.
put it in books and they teach everyone it's this way, and
Yeah.
it's not necessarily the truth.
And then they like unteach things or like say things aren't real. And
Mm-hmm.
it's like, no, clearly that was a thing. Like,
Yep.
I remember it. The
A
Mandela
Mandela
effect.
effect. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
All right. The Mandela effect, because hearts don't pump anymore. They're a vortex. I feel like 100%, and this is why I love this, right? Like these can't be serious people, right? Like I fully believe that these two people are low IQ, right? Like they don't have an inner monologue, nor do they like critically think. But like because they know that, because they're not that bright, I 100% think they went, yo, let's like do a show that, like, since we're just talking about it on, in our Instagram mom wine group, why don't we just do a podcast about this stuff? Because like look at this 30-second reel with AI over voice or narration and AI pictures scrolling. Let's everybody's making content now, and we're just bored at home, and I think Idaho. Like that's why, like, I love it because like the internet has I would thought like getting on the internet when I was younger, right? And then growing up on the internet. I will say I started the internet a little bit before AOL discs. There's somebody in here who fucking like invented the internet. But I've been on the internet for that long, right? And like I think it was maybe in college, when memes started getting real big and all of that. And I came across one that was like, are people getting dumber or am I just understanding the world a lot more? And like it's always been like this. And I am of the belief that people have always been dumb, but the internet has expanded that. Like, so if you're gonna be a dumb person, you would just be a dumb person in your community, and they'd be like, "Oh, that's old Jethro over there. We think his parents are cousins," or so. It would be something like it would stay there. But nowadays, you can just do this. Like, I'm an idiot, which is fine. Like, I'll come on here and be an idiot all fucking day. But like to do this kind of stuff and then just be like, take me seriously. Um, it's amazing. It's amazing that people will sit there and just be like, let me say the dumbest shit online for everybody to see, for it to be there forever, to be great, to be etched into the rock and not a crop circle. Fucking hell.
Man, that one's wild. That one's wild because like
Mm.
you feel it and you witness it happening.
You feel it on a different level because
Hey, you two. Hey, you two. We're going to get sexist after this and criticize their fits because they're fucking terrible. Whoever dressed them, one bitch looks like she's going to Coachella. That's a Coachella or stagecoach outfit. Like literally. Look, go just Google coach or Google stagecoach outfit, and you will find every fucking bitch there looks like her.
you're like, I'm not dumb. I know what you feel it on a different level because you're like, I'm not dumb. I know what I remember. You know what I mean? Like, it's almost just like they're trying to make you think that, like, you are losing it. So, yeah, the moral of the story is live where there's no megalithic monument
Yeah, if you don't want to have weird
for your own
orbs
protection.
showing up in your field.
Seriously. Although I feel like
I
weird
know. You're
stuff
not
happens
actually
in
being
Utah.
sexist.
Like, all around us, weird stuff's happening. Like, more so than here, which
Everything's
makes
weird.
you kind of wonder. It makes you kind of pause to be like, it's like oddly quiet in this state. So what's really happening?
Oh.
But I've heard of like weird things happening in our mountains. Like a lot of the
Yeah.
forest is like cut off to public access.
And very factual. But he hunts.
Yeah.
And him and his buddy were hunting last year. I think it
Anyways, this
was
is
up
they're getting
in
into orbs, they're getting into noises. They start talking about Area 51 and all of that kind of stuff. And it's like, yeah, of course Area 51 is where top secret testing goes on. What about the bases you don't know, idiots? Nobody ever talks about that. Nobody ever talks about the bases you don't know. That's the crazy part. Okay, so again, Sif, I can agree with you there. I can agree they're kind of. Wait, what am I gaslighting her about? I can agree that there are certain things that happen, right? Like, until like again, like me and you talk about, until there's data we could take into the lab, right? Like the Marfa lights, isn't it what it is? Like the Marfa lights, like that's not a thing. I don't believe that like there's balls of energy floating around or anything like that. Where it's at is like when you're talking about UAPs, UFOs, all of that kind of shit. Yeah, fucking government technology, right? Like it's shit that we don't know about because we don't want our adversaries to know about. Shit we might find, or it could just be an easy coincidence. Like that's the whole thing, right? Like we won't get into it yet because that's the conversation for the singularity. I think before I go, because holy shit, I've been doing this for like 2 hours, and I want to show y'all there. This is where we're at. Okay, is Dogman real? Disney's darkest secrets they don't want you to know about. Giants were real? Wow. Is history a complete lie? The sound that proves Bigfoot exists. Mermaids are real. This is a good one. We're going to do that soon. Two triangles, hundreds of missing people, no answers. Listen, just by that title, I'm going to say they talk about the Bermuda Triangle. And what they don't understand is that the ships that pass through the Bermuda Triangle disappear at a no higher rate than any other fucking commercial fucking. All right. Anyways, I'm gonna be honest with you folks. I know I said I was gonna do a thought experiment, but I totally forgot what that was. Um it's okay. It's okay. We're gonna do another one soon. We're gonna do another one soon. We'll do one soon. Because look at these spy birds, right? They're literally talking about birds are a lie. That's where we're at, folks. Birds are a lie. I might I might stream again in a little bit. I have to finish some video editing. That's the only thing. I need to finish some stuff to drop for that I've been sitting on because I haven't been happy with my production. Um and yeah, I wanted to talk about that for a little bit, and I wanted to kind of just like get into how we should have fun when people say the most infuriating dumb shit because they're dumb, right? Like I think that's more fun than me just going, oh, these women are idiots and they're so stupid and they shouldn't even exist. Like I'm not, for one, I'm not an incel. Okay. Like I have no issue with dumb women. I have no issue with dumb men, right? Like, but maybe, just maybe one day somebody who believes the insane shit they believe, like they come to their conclusion not logically. Maybe one day, if I just say, hey, did you ever think about it this way? They go, oh shit, that kind of makes sense, right? Like, if it's one person, if it's 10 people, like I'm okay with that. But we should always not only bully people for being this stupid, we should shame them and show them how wrong, or show them why they're wrong, right? Like this is how you get to a conclusion, not like this. Anyways, um, but some people don't deserve rehabilitation. Maybe I'll work on that one day. Maybe I'll come to the conclusion like so many other people that, oh, these people can be saved. And no, Sif, that's not a fucking knock at you, by the way, or anything. Um, I know a lot of people in in my camp don't agree with my I'm not going to use that word. My tactics though at times. Moon landing footage has a problem nobody noticed. Let me ask you folks, do you think these two women found the problem that nobody noticed for the last what 40 60 years? Holy shit, 60 years? That's why, like, when I first found this stuff, I honestly thought it was shit posting. I thought they were trolling. I was like, this is gonna be good. Like, I was like, I like the aesthetic, right? You have like two, and again, subjective, right? Like, not my style, but like two attractive, aesthetically pleasing women, right? Like who are only gonna get hate because of what they look like and like being trolls or and like that's cool. Like I like rage bait if it's good. If it but then like I watched this and I was like, oh no, no, they actually just believe this. Like they don't think anything they've like something happened to them to where they don't believe anything is true. Like everything that they've learned from scholars or experts that we as a society have fundamentally agreed that that is the subjective truth for our tribe in our current universe. They don't believe any of that. They don't trust anyone but like those 30-second reels on Instagram. Anyways, I'm psychoanalyzing too much. Um, I'll make this more fun next time. We're gonna what's up, Jessica? I'll make this more fun next time, but this was amazing. I love this shit. It is so good. Like like giants, Nephilim, but the crops are come on, the crop circles was good. It's a TikTok and Tila. Yes. Yes, it's amazing. It's amazing. Um, I highly recommend you don't spoil yourself and watch these because I will tell you, you will also lose brain wrinkles. So I'm throwing it out there, but we're gonna fucking figure this out, and I want to have fun with this because it's amazing. I appreciate you, Sif. You're a good dude. I'm gonna get a. Hey, I listen. I have like I'll talk about it another time. I don't like you guys enough right now to tell you. Or you can DM me about my medical situation I had. Um anyways, love you guys. Bye. I don't know how to stop streaming, but sorry if you just came right now. We're gonna do more later. I'll see you guys. Love you. Bye.